The combat shields would probably be a second upgrade for me, but it's sort of dependent on how you're actually doing this. And as you can see, he's sort of limiting the amount of bio units at the moment, especially since he's sort of once again adapted the build a bit. It's not exactly the same thing that it's generally known for, which is the 3-2-1, which is meant to be 3 racks, 2 starports, and just 1 factory. But we'll see how it goes, because obviously with the second factory, if he grabs the tech lab, he's going to have the ability to get some more tanks out. Now, as I mentioned before, he's really going to start suffering here at the main, because these are almost mined out, and once again he still has no command center building, or even down here building at the natural. Hang on, I take it back. He does have it on the way. So what he really needs to do now is make sure that he covers, he either distracts his opponent with this force, or he just covers this natural with his current units, because until this natural gets up, the actual income is going to slow down really soon once some of these patches die out. This one's about to die, that one's about to die. There's still a little bit left on these ones up here, but you get my point. So let's see how this particular battle in the middle goes. Obviously with a lot of banshees here with their high DPS, so let's see how this pushes in. As we can see, a couple of the zealots getting stuck at the back here. A lot of these banshees putting out a lot of damage, so we see a lot of these units just absolutely get melted by the banshees, and obviously the power of the tanks and the marine marauder ball here. But we've got an immortal coming out. Hopefully July is going to get some more units out. He really needs some zealots to take care of the ground forces, and some more stalkers to get rid of these powerful banshees. But looks as if he's going to clean up one of these banshees. A little bit of miss micro here from Deebs. This one banshee does actually escape on just a measly 20 health. And once again, hopefully July can see that 2 of these banshees are actually really low on their health. And as you can see here, the chrono finally going down on these warp gates. He's finally got these speeding up so that he can warp more units in. Hopefully he'll start actually just getting a lot of units that he should have had before. The tanks just crushing this natural with their powerful siege mode. Stalkers and the zealots blinking in across. Once again, he gets the blink, which is a nice little move here, able to get in there underneath those siege tanks. But he is really stuck now, because the observer that he got is actually still down here at the bottom of the map. He has no way to counter the banshee cloak, so these banshees are just going to tear through everything until July actually picks up the observer that's down here. He's finally got it on the way, but it is not going to get back in time to save any of these buildings here. But he does obviously have a lot of resources banked up, so hopefully he can use these properly and clean up these banshees and then make a push. So there we go, he's finally cleaned up these banshees. Little blink at the end there to make sure that it was dead. We've got some more banshees and marauder marine over here. These these stalkers just cleaning up the rest of this force here. Hopefully they'll be able to take out these banshees, because obviously the banshees are a really big problem here, given that there are still only there's only the one observer around. Because if the banshees cloak, then they're going to get away and they're going to be saved for another day. Deebs as I said before, now he's on 4 mineral patches in the main, with a total of round about what's that? It's like 27 SCVs on this one part of the base. He really needs to transfer all of these over, because if he doesn't, he is going to have absolutely jack all income. His one tank in the middle of the map, making a meal of I think it was just one stalker there. This observer has seen that the natural is up. What we really need to see here from July, I'm just going to pause it again, is he's now that he's moved out and he's actually taken control of the map here, he really needs to get this nexus going. I believe that's what this probe was for. Hopefully it'll put it down. It'll put it down shortly, and then we'll start seeing some more units pumping out as well. Once again, we're sitting here with 2,000 minerals and almost 2,000 gas, but really no units, no production line coming out at all. And as I said before, we've still got no tech. He's sort of sitting here with seemingly with no tech path that he's going to. We're sort of just going to stick on these gateway units. But as I mentioned before, if you're going to do that, you really need to get a lot more gates, considering the actual amount of resources that he has and the potential income that he has with this natural about to go up. But let's see how this battle here goes. Neither player is grabbing any upgrades, by the way. It's probably not something that you really need to worry about at a sort of bronze silver level, but eventually, when you're sort of upgrading your play, you really want to make sure that you are getting your upgrades on time and in a timely fashion as well, because if you're sitting around when your Protoss opponent has +2 weapons and you've got nothing, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. So this looks like this command center, it could survive depending on which way it flies. No, it's going to go down. There's just too many stalkers there fighting it off, although this command center is going to burn down after a while. That's what it's going to do. We're down to 2 mineral patches here in the main of Deebs, which is going to cause him a bit of trouble shortly. And July is also getting a little bit low. He's not in any immediate trouble like Deebs is, but this bench is getting cleaned up here. These stalkers, I really feel as if July is just focusing on the sort of the micro of these units down here. Like he's definitely doing a good job making sure that he's covering everything, but he really needs to get back onto the macro train. He's now sitting on 3k minerals and 2k gas, so hopefully he'll pick that up in a second if this game goes long enough, because obviously Deebs is in a bit of a tough spot with only these units left over, and they are about to get absolutely slammed. There you go. The Stalkers make a meal of the tank that's there. Tank's attempting to siege up, but it's not going to make a difference. This small pack of Stalkers is pretty much going to end the game right here, given that they do have the blink. So they're going to move in. They're going to take out all of these SCVs. Nice work there by July, taking care of the base and the natural there. So once again, we've sort of I'm going to slow it down a bit. We've sort of had a bit of trouble with the expanding with this particular build, because it is such a one base heavy build. He's got some units coming out, but I doubt it's going to make a difference. And a great style of play from July to counter this build, getting the Zealot charge and the getting the blink as well, which both really help in actually taking care of that massive, it's sort of a mech bio combo from the Terran play. So there we go, we have the GG. So that was a little bit of a different style of play here, so it was good to see a different, even Deebs actually changed up this build a little bit, got 2 of everything, and but unfortunately it didn't work, just given the fact that he lost a lot of units in this encounter here, and also the fact that July just had so many resources and was just sitting there pumping out units. But what I really want to see in the next game is some sort of tech path. You got a Twilight Council, but didn't get High Templar or Dark Templar, and sat here on these 7 gates, which really wasn't enough, given that he actually had so much banked up. But hopefully we'll actually see. Obviously we're down to an ace match. Game 3 will be an ace match on Steps of War, which I will get to shortly. So obviously for both players, macro is a bit of an issue, but in a different way, because Deebs has obviously got this issue with this one base play, relying on quite simply as it says, the one base actually winning the game, and if it doesn't, he's in a lot of trouble. And July really needs to work on making sure that he's actually using all of his chrono boost and his minerals properly, because it's really not feasible to sit there on just these 2k minerals and 2k gas. So just keep that in mind when you're playing your games, guys. Just if you have enough, if you can use all of your gateways, and then you still if you can warp in with all of your gateways and you still have a lot of minerals left over, put some more down. if you don't want to go down just like a mass gateway path, put some tech down. Get a Stargate, get a fleet beacon, perhaps move to carriers if you really want to, but obviously with carriers you'd probably want a third base. But obviously we didn't get that far, but we'll see how we go in the next game. Please make sure you post any comments or jump on the forum if you want to participate in the Starcraft